Lonzo Ball seems to be a very polarizing figure in the world of basketball. Everyone knows something about him, but here we have a list of 10 things you didn't know about Lonzo Ball. Before we begin, leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this in the future. Number 10, majority brand owner. The first thing that may not be as well known about Lonzo is that he has a very high stake in his own company, or more so his family's company. The Big Baller brand, an athletic apparel company started back in 2016 and was mostly inspired by the Ball brothers themselves. His share of the company is again pretty high at 51%. However, that might not seem that impressive when one knows of the company's reputation. That reputation is filled with scandal, ineffectiveness, and even time in courts of law instead of the sport. The company has even received the infamous F rating from the Better Business Bureau. This high responsibility has proven repeatedly to be a headache for the rest of the Ball family, and most especially Lonzo. This brand may prove to have even more fallout for him in his future career goals, but only time will be able to tell. He still has his high share, even though publicly he has all but completely denounced the brand. Almost is the key word when discussing this next fact. Number 9, hidden tattoo. This fact is almost a follow-up to number 10 because it has to do with the fallout from Ball's family's company's dealings. Because of his high stock in the company, or the fact that it is a literal family business, it would be no surprise to know that Lonzo has a tattoo of the Big Baller brand logo on his arm. What will surprise me is that he has long since covered it up and completely gotten a new one put in its place. But why would he cover it up? The official reason given is that the brand itself doesn't have a sponsorship with the league, so to play within the NBA, Ball would have to keep it hidden. After all the scandals and drama that happened within the company, Ball decided to get rid of it officially. In an Instagram post by tattoo artist Herschel Carrasco, Ball's BBB tattoo was shown to be replaced with a pair of red dice. Number 8, failed product. At number 8, we have an almost part 3 to the Big Baller brand saga that follows Lonzo's life. That is with what he created for the brand, a shoe called the ZO2. Nicknamed after his own nickname, Zoe, this shoe brand was launched in 2017 alongside Ball's song of the same name. However, this product seemed to be a flop for Ball and the brand almost immediately. From the ridiculously high price of $495 to the fact that Lonzo himself admitted the shoes store up so easily after every quarter, things weren't looking so good for the shoe. Today's shoes still sell from Big Baller's website, but at a heavy discount of $175 a pop. Nice. Though the original and spokesman probably wouldn't recommend them. Number 7, web entertainment career. To only fans of his sports career, it would be surprising to know that Lonzo also has had an online entertainment presence. Not a very popular one, but one to be sure. As a member of the infamous Ball family, he was most obviously included in the online reality show Ball in the Family. This series premiered on August 29, 2017 on Facebook Watch and has had 6 seasons since.
I don't like when they mess with me.
It's the latest season that ended in December 2020 and has not yet seen a return. And with a steady 6.2 ratings on IMDb, the likelihood is looking slimmer and slimmer. Thanks to this show, much more of Lonzo's personal life is in front and center for his fans and opposers alike. Anyone can see that he isn't shy and doesn't feel the need to hide anything from the camera. And that would seem to include our next fact of number 6, rap career. Lonzo Ball is nothing if not diverse in his professional and hobby life, but it is still a bit of a shakeup to know that he is also a rapper. In an interview, he has said even that he wasn't playing professionally and that he would most likely be doing rap as his chosen career. In 2017, with his designer shoe of the same name, he did drop his track of ZO2, which did pretty successful online, even gaining 12 million views on YouTube. Since then, he has dropped at least 6 other singles, ranging from the more interesting parts of his life and a Born to Ball mixtape. he looks to continue his career concurrently to his more prominent basketball one, though more as a hobby that he can freely leave and return as he pleases. Number 5. Early potential. A lesser known fact to many, but something that the Ball family loves to talk about when they can, is the high potential Lonzo showed from an extremely young age. At the mere age of 2 years old, Lonzo showed no interest but a drive to play basketball. Stories from mother Tina and father Lavar have come out in interviews and their web series many times about how Lonzo wanted to play the sport he does now for a job at such a young age. They could give him a ball and immediately he was ready to run with it. Some could consider that he was almost fated to be the player he has grown into today. But we don't think even he expected the playing time that he is shown to have in this next fact. Number 4. Sidelined. Lonzo Ball hasn't had the longest career in the NBA, yet has seemed to have had the most painful one. Almost like an injury magnet, Ball has had almost too many injuries for recent players to have. When calculated, he has been seen to have sat out a third of his career so far on the sidelines, trying to heal from some injury he received on the court. Some have said that he has spent almost the same amount of time on the court as he has been in physical therapy to repair his body. Within the recent 2019-2020 season, he does seem to be staying consistent with the injuries, as he had to be physically carried off the court due to a severe ankle injury. This injury was the thing to make the Los Angeles Lakers sideline him for the rest of the season. We can only hope that he manages to stay healthy and safe in the next season with his new team, the New Orleans Pelicans. Number 3. Smart kid. Like some of the other lesser-known facts on this list, our number 3 comes from Lonzo Ball's childhood, more specifically through his teenage and high school years. It has only been a few years as Lonzo is moderately young, but it is surprising to know about the player. That is, that Ball was a brilliant kid. According to many of his former high school teachers and coaches, he was the favorite student who worked as hard as he played. He seemed to remember everything he was taught or told about and show it in his playing style today. He came out of high school with a 4.0 GPA, and so it's no surprise that he can be a genius on the court. Number 2, second obsession. We have an extraordinary fact about the young star for number 2, and that is his very peculiar obsession with the number 2. He has been it for his teams of the Los Angeles Lakers and the New Orleans Pelicans, and he seems always to pick this highly specific number in his works. The song and shoe 02, being the second overall pick in his draft, he started playing basketball at the age of 2. And the reason that he is so fixated on this number is even stranger. He says that it's because the number has seemed to follow him in his life. It always was his number in class growing up. He was the second person called during attendance and the second in anything else that involved an alphabetical order. And so he fell in love with the number itself. It's strange for sure, but so is Lonzo. Number 1, messy childbirth. Finally, we have a secret, not so secret fact that many fans may not have much attention on. That is the fact that despite being very young, at the time of this writing, only 23 years old, Lonzo Ball is already a father to a 2-year-old little girl. His daughter, Zoe Christina Ball, was born out of a very messy situation between Lonzo and her mother, his girlfriend, Denise Garcia. For the last few years, Ball and Garcia have had a very complicated and very public relationship. From him breaking it off for personal reasons, to her threatening to fight his girlfriend after her finally getting back together in October 2020, they have seemed like the strangest NBA couple in a long time. One can only hope that now that they are back together, they can stay together and do what's best for each other, Lonzo's career and little Zoe's future. So, what do you think? Were you surprised by any of these facts? Did we miss any that you would have liked to see? Let us know down in the comments. Be sure to subscribe and ring that bell for more content like this. We'll see you next time.